there's so many options for Francis. I think that he can help bridge that gap that the UFC is lacking in his star power when it comes to the heavyweight division. I think enough time has passed. I would love to see somehow, some way that they can mend these fences and get back in competing in the UFC.
What about Francis Ngannou? You having him? You want some?
The day that I start ducking out of fights, turning opponents down and stuff like that is the day that I'm going to retire. I'll fight anyone, I'll fight anytime, and I'll fight anywhere.
Seems like Francis wants to come back. But even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem. Dude, what a fight that would be. That's a really interesting fight.
Francis is intimidating, man.
Oh, he's terrifying. He developed his strength, by the way, in a sand mine when he was a child.
Jeez.
He's natural. I mean, he's not even barely lifting weights. I mean, that guy's just
It's crazy.
gigantic super athlete. I mean, he literally is like Conan the Barbarian.
He's a beast.
Well, he's got tremendous genetics. His father is built like him too. There's a picture of him on his Instagram when he was 3 years old, standing next to his father, and you look at his dad, you're like, oh Jesus, like the apple in the tree. There they are, baby.
Francis Ngannou has a contract with the PFL. Now they could co-promote.
I don't like talking hypotheticals. Let's see how it plays out.
You want to talk about a guy who sprints.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a guy who's fast twitch. Aspinall's one of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. At a 250 plus pound frame, his movement's fucking extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. Like, that is a crazy ability. Like, his ability to move, like the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler, his everything, and he's young.
I believe that Francis is in Vegas.
Yeah.
Any possibility that you and Francis?
I think that in the next few years we're going to see some really good fights with the heavyweights. The reason that I got into this sport was because I enjoy it. I like fighting, I like the process of it, I like everything that goes with it. I did it for free for a long time. For a long time I did it for free, never got paid a penny. So I just want to fight, that's what's important to me, is I want to be active. I think I'm different in my approach to fighting, is that I'm trying to get the guy out there at all times, and I think you can see that from my fights.
And put him in there with anyone. The goal is for him to just start knocking them down and knock as many of them down and just become this untouchable heavyweight king, the guy who has the shortest fight time in the octagon, 2.5 minutes, whatever it may be, and become that next star at heavyweight.
Having fun is exactly why I'm doing this, and is why I'm good at it. Let's just do it, you know. So I try not to put pressure on me. I'm like, every fight, I'm like, I'm gonna go there, do my best, make sure that everything that should have been done is done on my end, and the rest, I don't control it.
Jon Jones is too scared to fight Tom Aspinall at his age, but there's one man, even older, who fears nothing. A man whose journey to the top was harder than anyone else's. The Predator has his sights set on a UFC comeback. Dana White's ego doesn't want to let it happen, but the UFC is running low on stars. The heavyweight division is stuck with the same boring competition. There's only one man left who can shake up the world.
It's out of passion. I do this because I love it. It's not a job. How come did I came from where I came from and get here?
Most fans think he's too old, that he doesn't have the ground game to compete with Tom. But Francis has been improving year after year and continues to look unstoppable in MMA. He made millions in boxing and gave it his best shot, but his true sport has always been MMA. Now he has a new heavyweight rival claiming to be the best. While Jon Jones has become a keyboard warrior on Twitter, Francis is still active. If anyone can bring the UFC a true super heavyweight showdown for the fans, it's this man.
I really believe that I'm the best. I'm the best technically, powerfully, all the plan, the motivation. Everything. I have everything. I have everything to beat him.
A true clash of styles, speed versus power, youth versus experience. Many believe Tom's lightning-fast hands and elite grappling would give him the edge, but others argue Francis has improved dramatically since his loss to Stipe and is still the most dangerous puncher in MMA. He's not afraid to lose. He gains through fighting. And if offered the same deal the UFC gave Jon Jones, he'd take the challenge without hesitation. Despite leaving the UFC, Francis remains remains active and hungry. Some call him a one-dimensional puncher, but others remind us he beat a younger, more dangerous Ferreira at 38 and has evolved far beyond the no ground game label. Whether it's a tactical chess match or a one-shot knockout, both men have what it takes to end the night early.
He's got a lot of miles on the clock, and he's fighting one of the most concussive punchers in UFC history. I think to get out the way of me for 25 minutes without getting hit once, and that's all I need is just one, that's going to be very difficult for anybody. I achieved my dream a long time ago, just doing this and not doing another job. That was my ultimate dream, is just to fight full time and not doing a job. I achieved that years ago. Now I'm good to go. But the dream of dreams is to be the best heavyweight of all time, and I feel like I'm right there about to achieve it.
Tom Aspinall says he wants to become the greatest heavyweight of all time. And in terms of title defenses, he might just do it. But how can he claim to be the heavyweight GOAT without facing the former greats? Stipe is too old and essentially retired, and Jon Jones has joined him in the retirement home. There's only one active name left that truly builds Tom's legacy as the greatest, and that's Francis Ngannou.
What he has over everybody is power. He has more power in his punch. We have a machine out there called the Power Cube, and that machine, Francis registered the highest ever power punch. You see it when he hits people. What he has is incredible heart and desire. Really didn't even start training until he was 28, which is kind of crazy. He was homeless.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about an amazing story that's like right out of a movie. The guy was homeless, came from Africa where he worked in a f***ing sand mine, and then gets to the #1 spot in the UFC.
When you look at Francis Ngannou, the way he's knocked people out, the size of the man, the strength of the man, and what he's been through, his life journey, come on, listen, he's not scared of anybody. I don't take that seriously. Francis Ngannou has been the talk of the town. A lot of people are going for him. There's been a lot of talk, there's been a lot of potential offers, hypothetical offers, a lot of people getting excited and being promoters and all the rest of it, but so far, Francis Ngannou has not put pen to paper.
Francis Ngannou has defied expectations at every turn. From his journey out of poverty to becoming UFC heavyweight champion to knocking out some of the most feared men in the sport, he's made a career out of proving people wrong. Nobody expected him to go the distance with Tyson Fury, let alone drop him. And when he walked away from the UFC, many thought his career was over. Instead, it became the most profitable decision of his life. He's now earned more money than Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall probably ever will combined, and he's done it on his own terms. But legacy isn't just about money, it's about moments. And there's still one left. If Francis can return to the UFC and take out Tom Aspinall, the fastest and most skilled heavyweight of this new generation, he wouldn't just reclaim his throne, he'd cement his legacy as the baddest man on the planet once and for all. So what do you think? Is Tom Aspinall truly the future of heavyweight MMA? Or would Francis end the hype train with one more thunderous knockout? Let us know in the comments who wins.